Did Nipsey leave us one last classic? You're right, he did. Nipsey Hussle has been gone for more than 7 years, but somehow his music still feels like it's arriving exactly when we need it. And now we have Prolific, a posthumous collaboration between Nipsey Hussle and Bino and But here's what makes this album different from a lot of posthumous releases. This isn't simply a collection of old Nipsey verses thrown together because his name still carries weight. Prolific was a project Nipsey and Bino were actually building together. So the real question is, does Prolific feel like a genuine Nipsey Hussle album, or does it feel like something assembled after his death? Let's talk about it. The story behind the album. First, you have to understand the history between Nipsey and Bino. The two had already worked together on No Pressure in 2017, and Prolific was essentially the continuation of that creative relationship. According to Bino, the project was largely completed before Nipsey's death in 2019, including much of the sequencing and artwork. That changes everything, because when you listen to this album, you're not just listening to unreleased Nipsey music. You're listening to a snapshot of where Nipsey and Bino were creatively heading. And that's what makes the album so interesting. The sound is undeniable, authentic.
Oh my God.
Prolific doesn't try to recreate Victory Lap, and I think that's a good thing. The production feels smoother, more polished, and more melodic. There's still that unmistakable Los Angeles atmosphere, that West Coast bounce, the bass, the laid-back confidence, but the album also has a more reflective and romantic side. Some of our favorite tracks include Super Real, where he dives into his relationship and proclaims his love for Lauren London, and also Make Believe, most likely about his BMN collection of X. It's good, it's relatable, it's classic. Bino brings a melodic energy that works extremely well against Nipsey's straightforward delivery. Nipsey gives you the wisdom, Bino gives you the emotion. And together, they create a chemistry that makes the album feel cohesive rather than simply being a collection of features. More great track, so many, I can't keep up. All Summer featuring BH stands out. This one feels like pure California. It's bright, smooth, and celebratory. And that's something Nipsey was always good at, making success sound like something you earned rather than something you were simply given. The message was always, work first, enjoy the rewards later. Here's where I think Prolific really succeeds. It doesn't sound like Nipsey's legacy is being exploited. At least from the material we've been given, it sounds like the people involved were trying to protect the vision. And that's important, because posthumous albums can be tricky. When an artist passes away, there is always the temptation to release everything. Every verse, every unfinished song, every recording. But Nipsey's team has been relatively careful with his unreleased material, and Prolific benefits from that patience. The album doesn't feel like, here's another Nipsey verse, let's put it on a beat. It feels more intentional. It feels like a chapter that was already being written. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Does it live up to Victory Lap? No, that kind of hard to say. For me, that's not really the right comparison. Victory Lap was Nipsey's statement album. It was the culmination of years of struggle, independence, business, street credibility, and personal growth. For that, Prolific is something different. It's more like opening a time capsule. You're hearing Nipsey and Bino at a particular moment in their lives, and because we know what happened afterward, every Nipsey verse carries additional weight. Lines that might have sounded like normal reflections years ago suddenly feel prophetic. That's the strange power of listening to Nipsey in 2026. You know the ending, but the music doesn't. The music is still full of ambition, still full of plans, still looking forward. And that's what makes listening to it emotional. So, is Prolific worth listening to? Absolutely. But I wouldn't listen to this album expecting another Victory Lap. Listen to it for what it actually is. A piece of unfinished history that Nipsey and Bino started building together years ago. For Nipsey fans, it's another opportunity to hear an artist who is still evolving. For Bino Rado, it's an opportunity to continue a musical relationship that meant a lot to him. And for the fans, it's another reminder that Nipsey Hussle's music was never just about music. It was about ownership, discipline, growth, family, community, and the marathon mentality. Nipsey once said, "The highest human act is to inspire." And even after his passing, that's exactly what he's still doing. Prolific isn't just another posthumous album, it's another lap, and the marathon continues. In closing, I want to hear from you. Where do you rank Prolific among Nipsey Hussle's projects? Is it a classic? Is Victory Lap still untouchable? And which song is your favorite? Drop it in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep the marathon going.